Hello people YouTube, Srsly here, and today we're going to be going through the Undead Crypt all the way through Aegis Vestaldt. So without further ado, let's get going. First thing you want to do, warp to the Undead Crypt. We were just there, just past the Shrine of Amana. So the Undead Crypt, it's the last place of the game that I can think of we will have to encounter skeletons, which is nice. Already met Aldia, he was at that bonfire there. Nothing on either side, despite what the people say. Gonna be two guys here. You only need to kill one of them. Or you can just run past them altogether. So up to you. There's a torch hollow. He won't attack you, he just sort of awkwardly looks at you if you approach him. There's this guy. He has two giant shields. You can't manage to hit him through them. But once he does break his poise, then you can just run around him. It's possible for you to run through this area without ever getting hit, so just go ahead and do that. Look at this guy. You just ignore him. He keeps talking to himself even though you're clearly not in the room anymore. And then this should lead to your first fog gate. Now, there's a gap right there that leads over to that doorway. And you'll be able to lower a shortcut later, which will take you back to this bonfire. It really helps to speed up the area, so make sure to not miss the lever. It'll be at the end of this place, so I'll make sure to point it out, but still. Anyways, you want to rest at this bonfire to reset the enemies in the room. You notice that one over there by the body is no longer there. Free access. Also, there are a number of bells in this area. Make sure not to ring them, otherwise I'm not entirely sure what to call them. They're like ghosts, keepers of the crypt. See, there's one right there, there's another one right there. You just go right through the middle, it shouldn't be a problem. Keep running. Should be a good soul here. And now you're going to be invaded. Yep. This spawn right there. Just namelessly super. Again. It's the last time you'll encounter him, thankfully. Again, he's not really a huge threat. He just has a lot of health and a little tiny dagger. Right, on the other end of this hallway, there will be two of those strange knights with their giant shields. You have to try and hit them in the middle, or if you mess up like I did, just try again. Anyways, once their poise is broken, drop down and run through on the left. You'll know if you're going the right way because there'll be a little gap here. Not entirely sure what's up with that. Pull the lever here. This will take you back along this little path that's about to drop down. Back to the bonfire, like I just mentioned. There you go. And we're nearly at the boss already. It's a pretty simple section of the game, really. So make sure not to hit the bell, like I just did. That's unfortunate. It's not too big a deal, but still, it's kind of annoying to have to dodge the enemies that spawn. You can see them right there. They line the path on either side, about 5, I would say. Let's run through here. The enemies here attack very slowly, and they're not very agile, and heal up, and right onto the boss. Arena, that is. Not a very interesting opening cutscene, but nevertheless. So, if you remember the old knights from way back when, the ones with the giant maces, this guy is quite similar in that all of his attacks should either be rolled through or avoided altogether, as they have a lot of range and they can do a hefty amount of damage. You see there, all of his attacks hit like the upper, or about 2/3 of the area in front of him. So you really want to be on point with your strafes. Double healed there because I knew he did. Thankfully, all of his attacks are really slow and sluggish. Not, well, slow in that he takes a long time to charge them, giving you a good amount of choreographic to work with, and sluggish in that, as you can see, they're not entirely exactly the fastest. Nice. When you get his health down to about 2/3 of its max, he'll attempt to buff himself, like he's doing right now. When he's doing that, get off a few good hits. You should be able to get him down to about half his max health. Once you've used all your stamina bar, back off temporarily. Now, I'll tell you a bit more about his attacks. There's only one attack which you really need to worry about. The rest of which are easily dodged or just straight front. That's the attack I'm talking about. He'll jump back, draw his giant bell mace back, and then he'll attempt to swing it at you. It's easily rolled through, as long as you don't get hit by it. Well, no, you get the point. Okay. Additionally, when he buffs, you can, obviously this little aura around him, it effectively doubles his defenses and gives him a 50% increase to his attack. Which is no small amount because it effectively boosts him back to full health and makes him considerably harder. I'm going to try and bait out his last attack. He only gets this in his second phase. What he does is he kneels, puts his bell on the ground, and then starts to pray, and will summon a number of dark orbs around him. Doesn't seem to want to do it. It only occurs when you're at long or mid to long range from him. It's his only ranged attack, and he doesn't seem to want to do it. So that's a shame. I guess he's just content to die like he is. Alright. Remember, Dark Fog Gate is the way out. If you take the Light Fog Gate, it'll just take you back to those enemies you ran past. This is King Vendrick. Kind of pathetic, really. He just walks around. It's impossible to kill him. Gives you the King's Ring. This will give you access to a number of different areas, which we'll get to shortly. And with that is the end of the video. Hope you learned something from it, enjoyed it. I'm going to go back to Majula to Heroefest, and make sure to join me back next time for Aldia's Keep and the Dragon Eyrie. The Dragon Keep, or Aldi's Keep and the Dragon Eyrie are very plot intensive, and, well, lore intensive actually, in that if you're really into that sort of thing, then you should definitely stick around those areas. There are a number of good items in there, and a lot of them have some interesting descriptions, but we'll worry about that later. For the time being, until next time.